This Lion fan base have been craving home playoff football since this building opened in 2002, and they've got it today at Ford Field in Detroit. Coming up, an important divisional round matchup in the NFC between the Washington Commanders and the Detroit Lions. One of two spots in the NFC title game awaits the winner here as we're underway in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. To throw, Huntley. Got his man, it's Williams. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
A bullet thrown, but incomplete.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
They'll try and throw for it here. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. So, Charles, why in the world do you take that risk there?
It doesn't make a whole lot of sense on the surface, but I've been around enough of these coaches and enough of these meetings along the way. Sometimes they're so confident in a play call that they don't care about the situation. They think that that play, at that time, they're going to run it and pick up whatever they need. So maybe that's what influenced him there. I'm guessing because I had no other explanation.
Yeah, that's tough. Own side of the field, that chunk of yardage to pick up. Head scratcher. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. Then he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Off play action. It's Howell. Dotson has it. Touchdown, Commanders. From 21 yards away. And the Commanders are on the board first here in this division round matchup. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Commanders 7, Lions nothing.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Lions pick over first down at their own 21-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
As this offense gets ready here for this drive, Charles, you still wonder about that prior drive. Went for it on 4th down in their own territory, didn't get it, and then that led to a touchdown on the other side.
And I don't mind the aggressiveness. In fact, I'm usually a huge fan of it, but I just want teams to always weigh risk and reward. To me, too early in this game because the reward just wasn't big enough to go for it there in case they failed. Now the pressure back on their offense to pick themselves up and negate the touchdown that was just given up.
Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
Huntley to throw.
That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Working the sideline here. Did he get the feet in? Yes, they say that he did. Nice job tapping both of them down.
That's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs.
Check mash, check mash.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Moore, the man in motion.
Here's Huntley.
Looking here for Smith downfield.
This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun.
Huntley.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass.
19 right. Check, check.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And this is caught. He hits Moore.
And he is going to have the Lions first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. And they'll run on the inside handoff. Down to about the 32.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his... And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. 2nd and manageable became 3rd and long. The drive marching to the end zone is one play from stalling out.
They're certainly in a pickle here. They have a mile to go to try to pick up the first. We'll see what they've drawn up.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Normally I'd say this will lead to a punt attempt, but this offense already shown in the first half that they'll go for it on 4th down.
Well, they should have already said punt it, punt it. Head coach should have already made that decision.
Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down.
This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot him.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7.
He's got a man. Complete. 30, 20, 10. Touchdown, Washington.
Complete to number 5.
And they talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
14. Lions, nothing. McPherson set to kick off.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Lions take over first down and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving them a lot to think about, a lot of different looks. And it seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Off the play fake. Huntley. He's got him in. Complete. And he has a big gain inside of 40 before being dropped.
A gain of 36 yards. That's good for the Lions. First down.
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And he goes down at the 26. Pick up a 13, and that last play began at the 13. First down. They go play action here on first down. They'll find Everett there, complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give them a short yardage situation here for second down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to the ground. This time Cook. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Ball at the 9 on 2nd and 8. Again, it's Cook. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the Commanders are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Kirby Joseph there to drop it. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
Here's Hal to throw on 2nd down. And he can't hang on to it, and the screen never got started.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a 1st down as well.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
A give up the middle to Dobbins.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Second down and 8. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
They go play action with Howell.
That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even third down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
A handoff running left is Dobbins.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Another run here with Dobbins.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning.
Throwing on third down here.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They converted twice on third down that drive already, but couldn't make it a third. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
A 57-yard attempt.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And that will extend their lead even further.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach turned his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
The throw down the field caught by his running back. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
First and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
More the man in motion.
19 tight. 19 tight. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates.
Again, he'll drop to throw. This is Smith with the ground. And in for the Lions touchdown.
Devontae Smith,
30 yards.
And the Lions are on the board here in the final minute of the first half.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And it's 17-7.
Makes the score. Commanders 17, Lions 7.
So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. And this will be brought out to the 25 as Taylor elects to not return it. They're set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with a 17-7 lead, maybe they're just looking to get into the locker room. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They'll go again with Dobbins. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
From this vantage point, they've got the lead here, so for me, that'd be enough to go ahead and punt the football and let my defense defend the long field.
If you go for it, you don't get it, then you really put your defense in a tight spot.
Yeah, but we never know what people ultimately will decide to do here on 4th and inches.
4th down, out comes the punter, Drew Chrisman. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC Divisional Round matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. On the return, it's Taylor from his end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
At their own 13-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they've been the better of the two teams through 2 quarters of play, much to the chagrin of this home crowd.
Yeah, this score is a surprise to a lot of folks at home, although not to my dad. He predicted the visitors would win. And maybe to the folks in the stadium, but you know who is not a surprise to, partner? This team with the football. They were very confident coming in.
At the 15-yard line.
Now it's 2nd and 9. Now we got whistles before the snap. Looked like one of the Commanders jumped. Though they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long.
And Howe will throw it.
Man open, here is Crowder. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Foul to the air on 1st and 10.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off. They have their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Now he'll look to throw it.
And he finds McLaurin. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 29-yard line. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
Dobbins running out of the gun.
And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 27-yard line.
2nd down. Howell now. He'll swing this out to Dobbins.
And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 13-yard line. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
Dotson has it. Touchdown, Commanders.
A great play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Commanders go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
Evan McPherson set to kick off.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback.
Offense ready to kick off their next drive.
18 rattle, 19 right.
On 1st and 10, Huntley. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
Brings up 3rd down.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Here we go, set. Come 19, come 19.
They're going to try and throw. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And he is going to have the Lions first down as this defense cannot come up with a play that they need. In fact, they surrender a big chunk, 17 yards. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
With a play fake, and now here's how to throw it. Got a man complete. It's Taylor. Touchdown, Washington. A big play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Commanders continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is now 24. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
The Lions take over first down 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
It certainly feels like this defensive group has figured this guy out to the tune of a big lead in this one. And you know that he's frustrated with how this game has gone. And now with back-to-back interceptions, he's got to find a way to get out of his own head and start making better plays.
On first down, Howell. And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground, incomplete.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd and manageable, or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
Off play action, it's Howell. He's going up top for Taylor. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Well, after their wild card round game last week, you and I said, well, they played pretty well. Maybe they got a shot at keeping this one close. They've done more than keep this one close.
Yeah, they've made quite a statement, haven't they? And I don't know if it was the week off that hurt this defense, but they've been flat from the get-go, and that's always a coach's fear. Okay, you earn the open week, but you wonder how they'll respond for that extra time off.
And it seems like they've been running uphill all game. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
He's got a man, complete. And they do get him out of bounds finally, but the damage is done. A big hitter on what proves to be the final play of the third quarter. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game.
Let's go now.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Ready?
Huntley to throw. To the right side, and he's got more, complete. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that will bring up second down.
5 brings up second and 5 at the 9-yard line.
Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble.
And does Washington have it? They do.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable fourth quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line.
Faking the handoff. Howell.
Going deep here for Taylor. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted.
Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga.
Well, this D, particularly the secondary, has been picked apart in points here tonight. They finally, though, get to the quarterback in a break.
And we know this about him. He loves night games, loves the spotlight, loves being the center of attention. I will bet you that he ran off the field almost chuckling to himself. They finally got one. They finally got me.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. The offense on third down tonight, they've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 10.
To throw, Huntley.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington.
A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Commanders are moving closer to a date now in the NFC Championship game as they're able to extend this fourth quarter lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Evan McPherson is set to kick off.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin.
And my goodness, another interception.
And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Powell down to throw it.
To the right side, complete to Taylor. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there. 31 yards.
And the Commanders continue to pour it on here in the fourth. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
19
Here's Huntley.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. They're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Now Cook running right. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Ready?
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got it to Williams.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Let's go now.
Complete to Jameson Williams. A gain of 5. It's 4th down.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that will force a turnover on downs. That one looks like he'll throw here. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
It's 2nd down.
Second down, Howell back to pass. He's going up top for Taylor.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Third and long, here's Howell.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. To throw from his end zone, Huntley. And now here's another interception. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And my goodness, another interception. And the Commanders come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. So they stay alive in the NFL playoffs, move on to the conference championship. And do you think that the printing press is starting to get those T-shirts and hats ready, my friend?
They have to, Brandon. They have to be ready because if you win, you've got to hand those out on the field right away. And just think about the pressure for the players now. Families are going to be talking about tickets to the Super Bowl even before you play the conference championship game.
Pirates.